Welcome back. I need to get my headphones on, huh? I'll do that for you.
Maybe, maybe not.
Your thing coming in live and direct. Live and direct. Colin Evelyn, thank you for the congrats. Put a poll out. Let's see. Oh, yeah, we're better. Oh yeah, let me keep it moving because I have it up on my other screen and I need to no let it play, but I need to mute it. That's what I need to do. There we go. That's much better. Yeah, thanks, casual. Thanks, Cash. G, are you ready for the 100th episode?
As ready as I'm gonna get.
It's been 2 weeks we've been trying to get this episode on.
And we're here.
It's been 2 weeks. Too long. We swing low.
We are here.
Sweet chariot. We are. It's an action packed show. I mean, I hope y'all got something out of Saturday show on tax strategies on for your W-2. I dove in a little bit more. I asked some questions. I clarified some stuff. If you have 3 IRAs, if you had three IRAs, you can only, if you're under 50, put 7,000 in them across all of them, just to get you all telling the truth there. So don't think you're gonna get three IRAs and 7,000 in each one. That's not how it works. It's cumulative. Are we allowed to ask open questions, so forth and so on? Depends on the question, Teddy. Ted Lee, if you want us to give you a roadmap on like where to start and all that, it's probably gonna be a little bit too out of scope for tonight because I got a lot of stuff to talk about. And if you listen up, you might get your answer.
And then don't be afraid to put it in the chat and have the community help you out. They got a lot of information. They've been here for a while. So a lot of the beginner, intermediate, and advanced things. If we don't answer it, I'm pretty sure somebody will answer it in the chat.
If we don't answer it, Tupac will.
I can't. I can't.
If we don't answer it,
I got chili.
Tupac will. Okay, I'm just saying. There we go. That's because I'm nice. For our 100th
Uh-oh.
episode,
Uh-oh.
Beefing 313, make sure you hit the like.
Uh-oh.
G, make sure you hit the like. Welcome. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the stage. G, everybody, snap your fingers. G to the stage. Yeah. All right, let's get cracking. All right, so tonight is gonna be one of them nights where I dive off into a lot of things, and a lot of things. That's right. You get a membership, and you get a membership. I normally don't give memberships, but I did. All right, so we're gonna dive off into a lot of things, a lot of topics. Uh, you never know. That's
What's
good.
that? That's great. You can be helpful to others then.
I don't know. It may be your first rodeo here. It might be your first
Yeah, because
Linux
we
rodeo.
will cut
Your
some shenanigans
it may be
in
your
a
first
minute.
rodeo here. It's okay. So let's get busy. First up, D. Um, let's get into the I'm gonna lead with some stuff, and then we're gonna dive off into some numbers, and then we're gonna dive off into some jobs. And then I had some other jobs, but Jesus, I missed it. And then save it, right? But that's okay because I can counteract that with other stuff. All right, so let's get busy. So on the screen right now, um, I have the top 10 US companies by revenue. And this is um for from 1994, right? Pre pre Uber, pre YouTube, um, pre let's see, Linux was founded in 91. Blockchain was founded in 91. Or was it quantum computing? I think it was blockchain. Blockchain or quantum computing, either or. Was founded in 91, right? Oh,
Mhm.
snap. Look at him coming through with a Hondo. A Hondo for the Hondo. We appreciate you.
What?
We appreciate
Lead
you.
the charge, Heather. Lead the charge.
Right? Hondo
Appreciate
with
it.
the Hondo. Okay, so speaking of Hondo, you know,
Did that just
that triggered
get you
me.
off track that quick?
No, it triggered me.
Oh, it
All
triggered
right.
you. Okay.
Mm, 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 mm. Listen, you all got to stop listening to the naysayers, right? The naysayers to tell you you're not gonna find jobs out here at 100,000. Like you know, you're not gonna get uh the other thing. Let me say it this way: the other thing people say is if you're making 150 to $200,000, you're working 60 to 70 hours a week. That's not true. You're not working 60 to 70 hours a week. Now you can work 60 to 70 hours a week, but that's not how it rolls. Right. So stop listening to the naysayers because they'll be out here trying to get you to fall off the cliff and get the A plus, Linux plus, Network plus,
Plus, plus,
Security
plus.
plus, the AWS certification and all, your Kubernetes cert and all that just to get an entry level job. Don't listen to the naysayers. All right. So let's get busy before the billion. What's going on? All right. So all right. So back to the top 10 US companies. All right. So from 94 to 2003. I wanted to bring this up because a lot of people go after you know your regulars, your Amazons, your Googles, your Teslas, and so forth and so on, and then they get mad when they have layoffs or something like that. But infrastructure jobs go across multiple industries, right? Multiple industries. So CVS Health Group is always hiring for DevSecOps, data, data engineers, so forth and so on. 322 billion. All right. So back in 94, all these different groups here, all these different companies, total combined worth 841 billion. Now we in 2023, they're worth 3.7 trillion. Right. This is 2023. Right. So Alphabet 283 billion, McKinsey 264 billion. These are places where you can go find jobs. If you're looking for jobs, I would even start looking for apprenticeships. I would even start looking for, especially some of these, again, being strategic, go look at their benefits. When I talk about their benefits, go look and see if they got a profit sharing 401k, right? Profit sharing 401k. If you don't know what profit sharing 401k is, drop in the chat and say, what is that? If you don't know what profit sharing 401k is, say, ask what is that? I will break it down. Heather, no, I pull out the spreadsheet on them. Heather, it's ready. Right? Well, before the billions said, what is it? Before the billions, you know what, we got you. If for those who don't know, my best suggestion is I'm gonna go over it, but go look at Tech Stocks and Jobs, episode 124. 124. So let's talk about it, right? Because I'm telling you to be strategic about the companies you go out to look for, where to get hired, how the benefits can help you, and so forth, right? All right. D, you on the screen? Wake up, D. All right, let me pull this up. Let me pull this up. Worksheet time, Heather. Worksheet time. Let me pull a right on up. Profit sharing 401k. Listen, if you're not sure about what it is, either go to the IRS and look up what it means as well too, right? Go look it up there too. Don't take my word for it. But I'm going to show you how it works. Not all companies are set up like this, but most of the companies that I have seen are set up like this. All right. So let's keep the numbers fair, because anytime I talk about 200,000, people be like, "Oh, that takes a special skill and you got to be super duper blah blah blah." So we're going to keep it real, a real nice little number at 150. Okay? Let me make sure I can see me. There we go. All right. So say you get a company that has profit sharing 401k. And not all companies do will do this percentage, but there are companies out there, and there are a list of companies out there, and I've covered this extensively. You can type in profit sharing 401k. I've covered this extensively, but either way, go here. Here it goes, right? So profit sharing 401k. The company itself puts a percentage of your salary. You still get paid your whole salary, but they on the behalf, they put a percentage of your salary into your 401k. So for example, we have here, and I hope this is big enough to see. Let's say you get an annual salary of 150,000. Now, let me caveat this. If you're not looking for like a long-term play, and to me a long-term play is 10 years, you can go down to 7 if you want to. But again, maintaining that strategy for 5, 7, 10 years is what I'm looking at, right? And I'm saying you can jump ship, to another company that does the same things or what have you. I'm just giving you how it works. You have to decide on if it's worth your effort and time to stay at that company after so long or what have you, right? So let's buyer beware. All right. So let's say you get an annual salary of 150,000. In this particular case, the line 8 right here, the company itself will put 37,000 into your 401k, 37,500 into your 401k. You don't do nothing but you're going to get your whole check, you're going to get your whole monthly, right? And so let's be clear here, because a lot of people get confused like, oh, they're going to take away money from me. No, 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 no. All right. So let's go here. So 150,000 divided by 12. We'll just do that. Gross is 12,500 a month. All right. Gross, you would get that, right? You'll get the 12.5 gross, right? So that 37,500 is going into your 401k, right? So you take the 37,500, divide that by 12. That's what you get every month going into your 401k. Let's do by 12. So every month they're gonna put 3,125 into your 401k. Now, how did that come up with that number? That's because they're putting 25% of your salary into that. Now, we're gonna hop down here to this number, these numbers right here. There's 12, line 12, and line 13. What it's called is in total, it's really called what most people call it is an IBA. Right? So the IBA is basically an individual benefits account, right? Individual benefits account. So what ends up happening is they put um line 8, they divide it up between your PTO and your IBA. Now, not all companies divide up your PTO and your IBA like that. Some people just do a lump sum where your PTO is $37,000, 37,500 into that. Now, with that being said, this IBA line 13, that's your insurance, and then line 22 is your PTO. If you float your hours, you could get that back at the end of the year, or you can get it throughout the year, or what have you. However, with that being said, this line equals up to 37,000. Now, suppose that you're like, you know what? I don't need your insurance, and I'm gonna float my PTO. So that's 37,500. When I say you float your PTO, meaning you may work extra hours during the week, or you may max out your hours for the month, or however you do that, right? So that way you can still have time off. So let's go back up to our calculator. So 37,500 times 0.7, right? It's 26,500. I mean 26,250. So you could get back $26,000, give or take, right? Now let's go to our investor calculator. Because there's one little thing we're not doing. Because you have a contribution from your employer, you yourself have not contributed to your 401k, right? You yourself have not contributed. So, because you have not contributed and you get to put in 23,000 between employer and employee total for 2024, you can put in 69,000. But in this case, you got 37,500. So we'll go 37,500 plus 23,000. So for the year, you can have 60,500 going into your 401k. Right? So let's come over here to our handy dandy little calculator that I like to use. Let's say your first year, you're like, Mama, I made it. I put in 60,500. Right? Now remember, it's you and the employer. So let's go back over here and divide that by 12. So you got roughly 5,042 going in. So you got, and this is just in your 401k. We hadn't talked about your IRA because you still got that money coming back for your IRA, right? We even talked about that. And I'm gonna be nice because I'm gonna say you're gonna jump ship in 5 years, and I'll show you 5, 7, and 10. And let's say you got a rate of return of 8, and we'll say we'll do a 2 years variance where it'll do 6, 8, and 10. So you'll see for all of them. And then let's calculate that. So in 5 years, you can have 443,000 in your 401k, right? Or if the rate of return is at 6, it'll be 422,000, right? So let's bump this number up. Let's say you stay at that company for 7 years. Golden handcuffs. You're like, you know what, I'm gonna ride that out for 7 years. You'll be at 643 or 691. But maybe you're just loyal and you stay there 10 years. I'm not telling you to. I'm just saying some people stay at companies and they just ride it out, right? So 10 years, 964,000. If it's at 10% of 876,000. But wait, that's more, right? Because you yourself, we're at 1 million in 10 years. Because you yourself, you still got that other 26,000, 26,000, 250, right? That you are going to contribute. Well, remember that grows as your salary grows as well too, right? So let's go back over here to that 26 250, and then let's divide that by 12, because I'm my assumption is you're going to stay on program to get this every year. Of course it increases, of course your salary increases. I'm just not including that. So 2200, we'll go with that. And then, and let's just say, yep, you do. I'm gonna be nice and say you throw this in a high yield savings account. I don't know, maybe you throw it in a brokerage account, because you could throw it in a brokerage account. But let's go with high yield savings account for now. At 5%, variance of 5 years. I mean, of well, there's no variance on that. You got to figure out what that looks like. We'll just put a zero there. So calculate that. That's 179,000 in 5 years. If we go 7 years, and then I'll do 10. Remember, this is just a high yield savings account, right? And let's do 10. All right. And here we go. 374,000. So I showed you how to get to basically about six or 700,000 to about 1.3, 1.2 million in 10 years, give or take 5 to 10 years, right? All right, so let's go back, because this extra money that's coming in, maybe you throw it in a brokerage account, and that brokerage account itself is returning um a variance of 8%, so 6, 8, 10, right? And we're gonna just calculate for 10 years. I'm not gonna do the 5, 7, 10. I'll just do the 10 years. So that could be at 439,000. So that's on a profit share 401k. Some people do 25%, some people do 10%, some people do 5. This is not a match. I am not talking about a match. This is completely different than a match. I want to make sure I'm clear. Are you with me so far? Does everybody hear me? Just got to verify that, right? So, with that being said, I talk about this often. You could be a W 2 millionaire. You could be a multi W 2 millionaire. You could be, you could take that money and go invest in land. You could take that money and buy houses. You could take that money and not even invest in land at all and just play the stock market. Your strategy is your strategy. Do you want to add something to that? Okay, cool. All right. So Heather said she understood. I don't know if everybody else understood, but again, I am talking about how you can become the W 2 millionaire, and doing it not in 20 years, not in 30 years, not in 40 years. And I'm showing you how you could do it in 10 years. Now, um, if you had a way to save $7,000 a month, would you take it? And if you had a way to save $7,000 a month, where would you put it at? What's going on, Tina Nicole? Where would you put it at? Are you gonna go throw it in crypto, Doge, Bit, whatever? Are you gonna buy gold bars, gold coins? What are you gonna do?
Mix it up a little bit.
What are you gonna do? What's gonna be your? Are you gonna be safe? Money market? T bills, what's going to be your plan? And I have an episode coming up on T bills. I've been studying them. I just want we're gonna have a conversation about them because T bills are short term strategy. They're not a long term strategy. They're more of a short term strategy. All right. So these companies over here, Chevron, they have IT, they have infrastructure, McKinsey, Alphabet, Berkshire Hathaway, CVS, United Health Group, Apple, Exxon, Amazon, Walmart, all have every last one of these companies got Linux on their in their company. They got some type of cloud, they got some type of infrastructure, they have everything. Say if I could save 7,000 a month, it would be an ETF or a monthly dividend. Anything but this daycare cost. I feel you. Right? All right. So here, and we're gonna get into some numbers tonight. And these numbers may scare y'all a little bit, right? But the goal is not to scare you. The goal is to inform you, right? So America's top companies by revenue from 1994 to 2003. A lot has changed since the 90s. For the 99 and 2000s, we taken over, right? Especially in the business world, right? Some of you don't even know what you was doing in the 90s. You might have been chromosomes. I don't know. Some 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 but I bet your mama and your daddy know. I bet your mama and your daddy know. All right. Ask your mama and daddy if they was listening to Luke. All right. So again, take that. All right. To highlight these changes, we visualize the top 10 companies by revenue in both 1994 and 1993, right? And they told you where the sources came from, right? Told you where the sources came from. So again, this is by billions. This is not by millions. This is by the billions, like before the billions. All right, General Motors, 155 billion, Ford, 128 billion, and so forth. You can see the numbers. And then you can see here in 2023 what Walmart is doing, what Amazon is doing. Walmart running OpenShift, OpenShift, OpenStack. Walmart also runs also runs Linux, GitOps, DevSecOps, so forth and so on, right? Yesterday prices ain't today's prices, right? So again, when you go back and look at companies over time, you can also go back and I implore you, if you watch Saturday's show, to go grab and look at what the companies have done from these companies have done from 1994 to 2023. Are they good investments? What kind of dividends do they pay out? What's going on with their dividends? Do they pay out any dividends? Are they publicly traded? What does that look like? Um, don't just sit here and be like, I want to go work for that company. Go understand what that company does. How does that company make its revenue stream? And what technologies are they really focusing on? Go if you invest in the company, go listen to the earnings calls. When you go listen to the earnings call, scribble, 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 write it down. Go look on, join Schwab, join Fidelity, whatever you need to do to go look at a K1 or what's it? Is a KQ? Is it a KQ or a Q? I think it's a Q. K1's a Q. Go look at who's investing in them, who sits on the board, what decisions are they trying to make. Again, you're investing into a company. Your money is worth something, right? Without the shareholders, it ain't nothing, right? But at the same time, you also want to know where they're marching and leading to. And so I would implore you to take these companies. I get this link to D and go look and see where all these companies are going. Where's Exxon Mobil going? Where is Walmart going? We have AI, we have data centers. You don't think Exxon Mobil leverages edge devices? You don't think Walmart manages edge devices? What do you think the checkout counter is when you go in the store and you got self checkout? Is that an edge device? right? When you go up to a system in Macy's or whatnot, and it's checking to see how much inventory is left, and if how much the cost of that particular item is that not an edge device? There's nobody there. You just walk up, it's self-service. You don't have to wait for somebody to come,
There's
like,
somebody
can you check
there.
this price?
There's somebody there looking you in your eyeballs.
Who there, D?
The people,
What people?
the eye in the sky.
Dion.
Loss prevention.
Dion.
They're looking who you texting on your phone.
Right? And so here they go into a little bit more about it, like remembering the 90s, and they just kind of dive and do a little bit more deeper dive. I sent Dion this link. She could post it. I just wanted to mention this. So let's go into the bigger and better news. You ready, D?
Yes, ma'am.
IBM acquires HashiCorp for 6.4 billion, expanding its hybrid cloud offerings. For those that don't know, let me help you. Go check my talk out. I'm gonna pump myself here. How many tools does it take to build a cluster? Terraform, Vault, Console, Government, IT. Spoken by yours truly. I know that chick. It was my talk in Amsterdam where I keynoted. So there you go. You can go check it out. Boom, boom, boom. Have fun. I just wanted to throw that out there. Right?
Shameless plug.
Yeah, shameless plug. Yeah.
Are you gonna play a video?
Am I gonna play the video?
You
No,
gonna
I
play a
should.
video?
No, I'm not gonna play the video.
I mean, you can play
I
everybody
should
else's
do.
video. Are you gonna play a video?
I should review this
I
video
mean,
so
just
we
a
can
little
talk
bit so it
about.
can just get in the algo, so you can just, you know.
Ah, damn. That means I had to take my headphones off.
Oh gosh, that's too much. Just put the picture back up again. Just scroll up a
Okay.
little bit so we can see the picture again because that was one of a proud friend moment.
Hold on, let me get this for you, D. I should post it on the community channel as one of the videos for you to go listen to. I can tell you a little bit about this because
It is
that's
in one
I've
of
been.
the playlists too
It
for
is one of the places.
conferences.
All right, so a little bit of background about it. You will hear it in when you listen to it, but just a little bit overview of it. It was more or less like, okay, we are Air Force is making a migration to being on prem to the cloud, and this is where I was heavily involved with setting up uh the automation of like everything from how do we move off of VMware, or how do we stay with VMware? Which one's going to be the best case? How do we migrate? Do we use vanilla Kubernetes or Rancher? Do we use OpenShift? Like hands on everything. How do we make machine images? This is where Image Builder actually comes out of from Red Hat. It was no image builder. I would complain to AWS. I would complain to Azure. I would complain to all of them. Like, there's no way to build images for on-prem. So building images with Packer, using QCow or VMDKs, downloading those and then getting them to run on VMware boxes. How do we do that? How do we automate that process? Because in some cases, people are not leaving VMware; they're going to stay on VMware. So how do we move and still keep up with a process that someone can catch on? How do you train people on all these things? How do you train people on GitOps, Kubernetes, machine images, building out service mesh with console? At that time it was console and console connect. It wasn't a big, Itio was big but not that big. It was more Envoy. How do we how do we use Terraform to utilize it with VMware on prem? It was not a big thing at that time. So to see where Hashi has gone from then until now and being purchased for 6.4 billion, um, I knew it was going to be a time somebody was going to acquire them. I knew they was going to sell. Just didn't know when they was going to. I just knew they couldn't. they couldn't maintain the model where they wanted to. And here's my thoughts on it. IBM acquiring Hashi is a government play. This is my thoughts. This is my thoughts only. This is a government play, right? This is a government play. You say, Tamika, why do you think that's a government play? For reasons I will not disclose. It will help tremendously on the side of automation, being able to really put this into a platform perspective. Now, I said tonight without going to go down the road of platform engineering, and I'll save that for probably Wednesday's talk where I can do a deeper dive on this. But if you understand anything about deploying infrastructure and combining that with Red Hat and understanding who Red Hat's um biggest customer is and what that looks like, and where they can take that, people got to understand, like, IBM has been around forever. IBM has the most patents in the United States. Yeah, whether they acquire them or create them, whether they acquire them or create them, right? So let's look at this. The IBM deal is intended to strengthen IBM's hybrid and multi-cloud hybrid. So people fight me on this. They fight me and they say, Tamika, nobody's going back on prem. Hmm. Like the little boy say, bullshit. A bullshit. A bullshit.
They never left.
Yeah. So with that being said, I see you tell what I think is gonna happen is they're just gonna split it apart, right? They're gonna have a, like, Ansible core would be free, but then that'll be Terraform Enterprise Platform. It'll stay the same. They have that, right? So um now here is the other part of this, right? So let's go down here and let me blow this up a little bit, and then we're gonna really get into it. All right. Okay. HashiCorp makes uh HashiCorp cloud platform for critical applications, which includes lifecycle management and security, right? And major cloud players like Google, AWS, GCP. IBM will also acquire access to a wider pool of customers that work closely with IBM on multi-cloud automation deployments. Now, I'm going to freeze right there because a lot of y'all are just thinking multi-cloud automation deployments, but what you're not also considering is IBM has a cloud, but IBM also has quantum computing. So IBM also creates DevSecOps pipelines to deploy to quantum computing. Remember that conversation I had about what it looks like for quantum? That conversation that I talked about what it looks like for space, and we're gonna really get into some stuff. You're gonna have to pick the layers apart, right? When we start talking about zero trust and security, when we start talking about automation, even when you start talking about automation and AI, don't be surprised now. And we're going to have a conversation about the drop and drag of automation, right? I just got a box. I'm going to connect the boxes. I'm going to create a workflow, and then boom, it's done. It's already here. There's a couple of companies that do it, but we'll get into that another time. All right. So what I did was I went and pulled Hashi's products, right? So here's Hashi products: Terraform, Packer, Waypoint, Nomad, Vagrant, Vault, boundary, and console. This is more of your zero trust, and the government is super heavily pushing zero trust. Packer to build your images, Terraform platform, Terraform cloud platform, Packer platform, Vault platform, and then you have your workflows with Vagrant and Nomad and so forth, right? So um, they just acquired all these things. So if they acquired all the things, what else did they acquire? Training, certifications, right? So now that whole suite or that whole platform of DevSecOps with Vault Console, Terraform, Ansible, Linux, all in one suite, that's where you're at. Now, I would love to see if IBM will go after GitLab, like Microsoft went after GitHub. If if I'm thinking like that, I'm going to go get GitLab, and I'm gonna pull them in, and I'm gonna have a whole platform to deploy OpenShift, OpenStack, make it easy. Everything we deploy everything. That's just me thinking out loud. I don't need to go recreate the real wheel. I just go buy it. I just go buy it. Right. All right. So now let's go back over here. All right. So Hashi reported revenue of 583 million in fiscal year 2024. I guess that's the first quarter. Hashi products could help businesses with generative AI workloads. Generative AI is a major driver for cloud companies today. Hashi brings infrastructure I should say, suited for generative AI products to IBM. In particular, IBM identified Hashi's automation tools for heterogeneous, dynamic, and complex infrastructure as useful for customers who may otherwise be overwhelmed by the sprawl and the number of AI applications. Um, you said my fear is that these companies will start having wars over all this, leaving us with no free tools, or forcing us to recreate tools. Eh, we'll see. And he said, "What is my view on Tim? What is your view on hard software? Are you talking about? No, that's the memory base. Define hard software. I can go look it up, but I'm reading the article. All right. I don't have that fear for the tools there. I think we'll be fine with the tools. I mean, you see what Broadcom is doing. You see what Broadcom is doing. All right. In a press release about acquisition, Hashi co-founder Armand Dagger wrote about changes over the last decade and how businesses look at cloud, from on-premise computing to widely distributed, hybrid, and multi-cloud. What's going to happen here is it should already be enough workloads that Hashi has on Vault and Terraform where they can generate AI playbooks, AI YAML files for Terraform and Vault and configurations, and then say, "Do you want a T-shirt? Do you want small, medium, and large?" And then deploy. Here you go. I haven't heard about hard software. It sounds like Braille to me on mainframe. What else does IBM acquisition of HashiCorp mean for business tech buyers? All right, so in which IBM HashiCorp expertise in cloud infrastructure application, and HashiCorp gains IBM support and large customer base, while likely bring more options to consumers for combined products. You know what else they got out of this? Do you know what else they got out of this? They gain the ability to have people with clearances as well too, to deploy and do the work.
They got all the assets and the liabilities.
They can put that all that on IBM, which owns Red Hat, which
They got
plays
everything. They
well,
got a whole company, staff, accounting, processes, procedures.
right? All right. So let's get into some numbers now. All right. Firmware artists. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I know about Rust. Wasn't sure about what you was talking about. Yeah, I talked about Rust, man. I've been talking about Rust for 3 years. I talked about Rust 3 years ago. I was literally in. I was literally in. What's that place called? I used to go into Clubhouse for 3 years. I was in Clubhouse.
Bopping in the clubhouse. Actually, we got
I,
a
I,
rest study group, and we did
yeah,
a rest course in it. No, that was Go in
yeah.
Atlanta.
Yeah, I did a whole I did a whole in 3 years ago. I said, hey, everybody need to get on Rust. Hey, everybody need to get on Rust. I had Rust study group. I had Rust Sundays. Let's go through the basic stuff like that. Everybody in, and that was all in Clubhouse. Like, I don't see no jobs out there for Rust. They're not doing nothing with Rust. It ain't ready. And I'm like, no, it is ready. Then what? About a month or two ago, the government comes out, everybody need to be on Rust. Now everybody's like, oh, I'm gonna go learn Rust. But I was on that 3 years ago. 3 years ago. If people would have did it 3 years ago, they would be experts in the field. And on top of that, and on top of that, you would be great for the quantum the quants, not quantum, but for the quants, because the quants were looking for people that understood solidity and Rust, and can actually integrate and work with blockchain. And so those jobs were paying 500,000 to 1 million. I posted those jobs. Did anybody see those jobs? I just posted those
Are
jobs.
are are you a little perturbed, Tamika?
Yes,
I mean, tell them why you mad, son.
I'm upset.
Why? Don't be upset. All we plant seeds.
You
That's all we
know,
can do.
no, I'm gonna tell you why I'm upset.
I
I'm gonna tell
don't. I
you.
mean, what
I'm gonna tell
triggered
you why
you?
I'm upset.
What triggered
Let
you?
me tell you why I'm upset, Sway.
What
Right?
triggered you?
You ain't got the answers, Sway.
I don't.
You ain't got the answers.
I don't. I don't
Okay.
have the answers. You're
Oh,
right, friend. But
make me
I'm trying
mad.
to get you back on the rails. How'd
I'm
you get?
off. I'm
How,
off.
how'd you get off the rails?
Let me tell you what happens. We
What
sit
had
here,
happened?
we'll argue, we'll fight, and blah 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 blah.
I don't think
Uh,
anybody
uh,
was fighting though.
no, I ain't talking about now.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm just saying
Okay.
and then we were like, okay, well, where do we need to be at in tech, and what do we need to do? And then I'm like, here's where we need to be. Get in there now, even though it's new and it hadn't caught on yet. You become the senior person in it. And so by you being ahead of the game, yeah, it might be some nuances to get hired, but the nuances to get hired and you being ahead of the game versus now it's saturated and now you can't get it. Now you can't be ahead of the game. That's what I'm. So just little things like that. That
So what
made
they're
me mad.
saying when you speak, when you prophesy, when you are Tamadamis, you just to go on and jump on it. But
Want to
they
do
can't study everything they can't study everything at one
That's why I
time.
say it's for certain people. It's for certain
Okay.
people. It ain't for everybody.
I mean, if you're getting into Rust, what do you tell the people like if you're already doing what would Rust be easier for you as far as like a stepping stone, adding something to your tool belt?
I would say, look, if you understand the basics of programming, like the basics, an array, a list, a variable, an integer, how to how to how to input something, receive that input, do some type of manipulation with that input. That's the basics for most of
Mhm.
programming. That's even
Right.
the basis for just infrastructure itself too. All right. I receive the input, I do something with it, I store it somewhere, I output it somewhere, whatever the case may be, right?
Mhm.
But understanding that as a baseline level. Now, we can get into nuances of you need to understand data structures. You need to understand what an algorithm is. You need to understand what a kernel is. We can get into all the nuances, right?
Right.
But my main point is understanding at a fundamental level how to capture input and output, manipulate it, store it, retrieve it, display it.
Mhm.
That's really the baseline. And that's across all programming languages, right? So if you understand that's what that's the goal that you're trying to do just to get started. I'm not saying this
Right.
is going to take you to your
Million
$500,000
thousand dollars
quant.
right now.
Yeah, I ain't talking about, I'm just saying at a fundamental level. And then understanding the fundamentals of that language. And you can literally, if it was me starting out with languages, right? I would literally, because you could do it now, I would literally go to Chat GPT and say, take my top three. I wouldn't say top five, dead or alive, but I say my top three. I would say Python, I would say Rust, and Go. And I ask, what's the similarities and what's the differences? And then based upon that, I would study the similarities of those. I'm not saying study them at one time, but that's what my foundation would be, right?
Just get an
Uh,
overview,
yeah, an
familiarize
array,
yourself.
yeah, array, a list, a tuple, um, a hash table, a table. What even if you really want to get down to it, what makes up a database? How does a database actually work? Right? How does a database actually? What's a lookup table? Right? Because that's what you're doing. You got a some type of key value type of situation. You can do some joins or whatever the case may be. But again, what does that look like? Is where I would start. Um, Python is great, but I go with what the government has deemed coming down the pipe and
Right.
what we put money at and why we're putting money there. Right? Python is cute, but why are they putting money into Rust? Why is Rust part of the actual Linux kernel at a baseline and a fundamental? They did that 2 years ago. It ain't just Python no more. It's now it's Rust. Why? What's going on there? Hey, the mandate that came down from the government saying, hey, we need to use things that are good with was it not memory management, but something memory, something I forget what it was called. But anyway, coming down the pipe for that, right? Why? What's the goal? So when you start seeing shifts like that, that means that's going to be the standard. That means colleges are going to start teaching it. That means they're going to start teaching it in elementary schools. That means they're going to make that shift, right? So now when we start making that shift, either you want to be in the mix, ahead of the curve, or you don't care, right? And there some people don't care. Some people are good with using Perl. Some people are good at using Python, and some people are good at using Bash. But my goal is, yeah, memory safety. I couldn't remember what it was. But my goal is to say, okay, if I need to hop in and out of a lane, I could, right? I could. That's my thing, right? So I have up here, and I'm gonna get back to my other article. I thought I posted this in Slack, but I guess I didn't. Whatever. All right. So here's Joe. He said, "One. This was 3 days ago. I have a client who's motivated to fill these 3 seats ASAP. A quant trader on target for 1 million to 2 million. A DeFi quant trader from 500 to a million, and a crypto desk analyst from 300K to 400K. Now you all are fight, right? People are fight out here and say these jobs out here are not out here. I'm showing you they out here. So you got to figure out where you want to be and what does it take to get those jobs. You can study them, you can do whatever you want to. Joe has been on the show. He had reached out to me a couple of days ago, wanted to know if I want to talk to someone over at CoinDesk because they were looking for some people, and he was asking me was I interested in some stuff. So I got to get back with him to see what that is, what they were, what the lady was looking for, and so forth and so on. Right. So I'll post this in Slack, but I don't know. Could you use $1 million to $2 million a year? All right. Here's a better question. Here's a better question. Here's a better question, D. If you all were getting paid $1 million to $2 million a year, would you take a vacation? I can't hear you.
Repeat that question.
If you're making 1 million to 2 million a year, would you take a vacation?
If I'm making that money a year, yeah, I don't make that now, and I go on vacation.
I get it. I hear you. I just want to
I'm
hear.
like, I want to know where you going with, like, where are
I'm
we
just asking
walking now?
questions. I'm just asking questions. Yeah, hit the like button.
Yeah,
If you're
now I
making
might be
one
on a
million to
longer
two
vacation.
to me,
It might be like for, you know, 90 and 6 months at a time, 90 days and 6 months at a time. But yeah,
D's going on vacation. How about y'all? Y'all going on vacation? D is like I had to go on a retreat to my spiritual realm.
I'm trying to figure out how I'm going now. He needs a sabbatical. He needs to recharge, renew, and refresh.
Okay. Now ask me, am I going on vacation?
You are going on vacation.
Cicely said after my first million. Free said yes. Jerry said yes. Cicely, I'm with you. I probably won't take a vacation for the first year or two.
Trust
Not going on
me,
vacation.
if you're making that money, you got vacation.
I
You
don't care
you're
what
going.
Dion, I don't care what I got. I'm telling you what
You
I'm
go
gonna do.
now. You go
No,
now.
no, I don't. No, I
Yeah,
don't.
you do. Yeah, you
Not
do.
where have I been?
You go places.
But where have I been on vacation at?
You go places. I'm not gonna tell your business.
I haven't been on vacation.
You go places.
Mm-mm. Let me tell you something. It's posted in jobs. D.
And even if you don't go anywhere, you take time off.
I may go to sleep.
You might go drive to another city, but you go somewhere.
Mm-mm.
You might do a staycation, but you go somewhere.
Mm-mm. First year, two, I'm working.
No.
That's not a
Well, yes
vacation.
and
That's not
no.
no, that's not a vacation.
Yes and no.
No, that's
It's
not a
not a
vacation.
vacation per se, but we do pad time in the front and the back of those
No,
to
that's
get a
not a
little extra travel day
that's
or
not a
two.
vacation. So
But
those are my
once Tam check into a hotel, she's like Sleeping Beauty.
not a vacation.
I don't know what it is. It's like literally like somebody like unplugs Tamika and she is out of
No,
there.
not a vacation.
Tam will be in the room the whole time if you let her.
Exactly, Cole and Evelyn. I'm stacking. I'm stacking. I'm networking. Why? Because I want to make my great exit. I'm trying to get my great exit in 2 or 3 years. I'll vacation later. I'll worry about that later. Sorry, D. I'm at work.
I already know who I'm talking to. I'm not about to go back
Now,
and forth this
now,
morning.
what the question that I didn't ask was, am I going to ball?
You gonna make up for it.
Am I
Oh,
going to ball? I am going to work. And then when I get tired of working, I'm like, you know what? I stacked enough. I look around. Everybody is good. Everything is taken care of. We
Like I
all
said, I know
right.
who I'm talking to.
That's after the first year, D. I'm not taking the first year. I'm not taking a vacation.
But you have to. When
No, I
nobody's in the
don't.
office and they lock the doors on you like they do now, when they be like,
No,
"Bye,"
I don't. I don't have to. They no. Remember, these jobs are remote.
like I said, remote job, you can be remoting from anywhere.
No, I don't like doing that. I don't like to work from anywhere. I get it, but I just don't like to work from anywhere. I know you do. I don't. I don't want to. If I go out of town somewhere, I do not want to take no work laptop, nothing. I don't
That's
leave that
because
crap at home. I don't want to take no meeting. I don't want to answer
what you do.
no calls. I don't
You
want to do
do.
none of that. But no, that's why it's not a vacation to me.
You do.
No, it's not a
We all
vacation to
do.
me. It's not a vac. I don't want to work. I don't want to go. I don't want to go to Italy and then take my work laptop. I don't want
Yeah.
to do that.
But I don't wanna do nothing. I don't wanna do women in Linux. I don't wanna do my
I don't mind doing.
job.
I don't mind doing women in
That's
Linux because
work.
that's not a job for
That's
me.
what that's work. It's
That's
work.
not work.
It's work. That's not I've never had a true vacation.
You're detracting from where we're at. So the
What?
six
What?
technology trends can
What?
help power the government in 2024. Government agencies are continually looking at new technologies that can impact priorities and enhance service delivery. Now, when I talk about these six technology trends, this means that something you need to be looking at. Now, this came out April 17th of 2024, but let's get into it. All right. Like their private sector counterparts, government professionals look at new technology as a means to enable new capabilities. All right. In support of critical goals. As we look forward to 2024, six standout trends are likely to shape the operations in 2024 and beyond. Meaning we about to get this cracking this year, but we're gonna take this to the next step. We're gonna take this a little further. All right. So let's look at them. I'm gonna read the article and then I'm gonna look and see. I think it's in this article, but let me double verify. All right. Cookie settings. Yeah, whatever. Here we go. All right. I don't want the report. I don't want the report. Okay, here we go. Let's go back over here. All right, let's see. Generative AI goes mainstream. All right. So we kind of knew that. Complex workloads will require a powerful platform. I talked about platform engineering. But let's look at this. Fast evolving technologies such as digital twins, AI, and more put greater demands on hardware, new platforms, and components, right? From the next generation CPUs and GPUs to future quantum computing systems. Quantum computing systems. Free, don't worry about D. She ain't going on vacation on the first year. All right. So quantum computers can deliver higher performance and may reduce operating costs, but they can create management challenges requiring continuous monitoring and optimization. Agencies will need to pay attention and plan carefully to get the right balance for of power, cost, and complexity. Right? Power, cost, and complexity. Tech talent becomes a priority. Tech talent becomes a priority. If you ain't got the skills, if you don't have the skills, you just gonna have bills. That's all I gotta tell you. If you don't have the skills, you just gonna have bills. All right. You need the skills to pay those bills. You need the skills to for retirement. You need the skills to grow your wealth, right? Even if you are acquiring a company or
You
so
need the
forth.
skills to go on vacation.
Are you back? Mm. Slacker. All right, good talent is hard to find. Great developers are harder to keep. Attracting and retaining software developers and engineers is often difficult due to the complex hiring process. D, stop moving the thing around. Just drop me down. Just drop me down.
It's our 100th episode.
D,
T.
Dion, I'm reading. All right, it is. It got me thrown off. Engineer is often difficult due to the complex hiring process or work environments that dampen productivity, adding risk to every agency mission. Improving the developer's experience is a great way to become a workplace of choice. So the question is, what is the difference between a DevOps and a platform engineer? The platform engineer enables the users, the end users. The DevOps is part of the process of enabling of building of the platform or the application. So if you're doing DevSecOps, platform engineer is inclusive of platform engineer, but platform, you're building a platform that is inclusive of DevSecOps to deploy applications, to secure the platform, to secure the containers, and so forth. So it is part of it, right? But the overall platform of building out the platform is the bigger piece, right? By removing the bureaucratic barriers and supporting continuous learning, agencies can empower their developers and engineers to innovate. So when I hear this, I hear we need to learn. I hear there needs to be learning platforms. I hear grants. I hear people are looking for people with certain skills and capabilities, right? Certain skills and capabilities. All right, let's go. Modernization takes a holistic approach. Technical debt of agency siloed system weighs heavily on budgets, time, mission, and readiness. In 2024, the goal must be technical wellness, not just examining the state of one system, but how well all of those core systems work together to perform mission tasks. Agencies will make targeted investments included in automation and self-healing capabilities. What do you hear when you hear that? What do you hear? Including automation and self healing capabilities. Starting with the end in mind can help modernization happen in a controlled, gradual manner instead of a cost disruptive rip and replace approach. Right? Time to mitigate AI risk. Time to mitigate AI risk. Right? So, with AI's proven and potential benefits, the technology still presents risk. Deep fakes, including images, voices, and so forth. I already said AI security is going to be bigger than anything that you can think of. You need to look at that. AI security, right? All right. So here, the metaverse strengthens organizational efficiency. Imagine a soldier training in virtual battlefield or a repair technician seeing parts of a machine expanded in 3D while performing maintenance on it. These virtual and augmented reality scenarios are already occurring in pockets. But the spatial web has potential to create a broader impact. Expect to see more use of digital twins, synthetic duplicates, and physical buildings or systems to manage infrastructure, to optimize processes and procedures. Solution architects, release train engineers, all these things are going to come about. They're going to be around for a while, just trying to help you out. Government agencies will continually look at new technologies that can impact missions priorities and enhance service delivery. Decision makers need to account for where internal change is currently happening, where it's still needed, and how external forces affect their choices. The steps agencies are expected to take in the next 18 to 24 months. Get your skills now. Get your skills now. I just listed off a ton of them. If you know IBM bought Hashi, I'm looking at how can I make that a play. If I know Russ is coming down the pipeline as it integrate, I'm looking at that play. If I know it's a job out there for million, 1 million or 2 million, I'm looking at play. Pick your poison is what I'm saying, but it's out there. And I hate when they jump like that. All right, let's go. Do 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 do. All right. Since February, DHS has received over 3,000 applications for new AI corps. DHS is aiming to hire 50 experts to help its components responsibility develop and adapt artificial intelligence, right? The Department of Homeland Security is seeing a lot of interest in new job postings for AI. DHS has received more than 3,000 applications for its AI corps. DHS announced plans for AI corps in February. The department is aiming to hire 50 experts to help DHS components adopt AI. In testimony before the House Appropriations Committee yesterday, Mayor Koss said one of the major examples of where AI could help the departments identify illicit fentanyl shipments in the United States. So again, here we go with AI. And this is right here. Look, administration to begin construction of a new FBI headquarters in Greenbelt, Maryland by 2029. If I'm in Greenbelt, Maryland, what am I looking for? Because we know it's coming. Land, housing. People got to eat, people got to sleep, people got to have a place to party, people got to go out, people got to send their kids to school, recreation, mail pickup, whatever the case may be, right? And it says employees and have FBI employees working out in the new space by 2036. So I'm looking in Greenbelt, Maryland for what? Everything, right? Nick Demos is the assistant director of FBI's Finance and Facilities Division. He said the current J. Edgar Hoover building no longer meets the needs of the FBI workforce and that a long term solution is needed. So they're moving their workforce over there. They'll probably keep some people in the other one. So again, here we go. We're moving, right? All right. All right, TMF, Technology and Modernization Fund, handed out more than $47 million to NASA and the Labor of Department for what? For cybersecurity and application modernization projects. This came out April the 9th. April the 9th. 47 million. If I need a job, I'm going to go look at NASA. Excuse me. If I need a job, I'm going to go look at NASA and the Labor Department. That's what I'm going to go do. I'm going to go tap in. I'm going to go tap in, right? NASA won its first award from the Technology Modernization Fund. The Labor Department garnered its sixth in 6 years. These are the fourth and fifth awards since January the 1st and continuing the board's focus on cybersecurity and application modernization. I'm going to go look at those plans. I'm going to go check them out. The labor award from TMF of the 42 million is among the larger investments over the years. And then they go on to talk about accelerate federal compensation, blah 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 blah. TMF also allocated 42 million to support this endeavor and aims to overhaul IFECS by transitioning to a modern cloud-based architecture and leveraging automation technologies. So I'm gonna go look this up. I don't know what it is, but I'm gonna go look it up, and I'm gonna see if they need me, and if I got the skills. They might need me because I need skills to pay the bills. But if I don't have no skills, I just got bills. So how do we rectify that? Right? How do we rectify that? All right. Put a one in the chat if you with me before I pull this one up. Put a one in the chat if you with me. Because y'all don't believe fat meat grease. Put a one in the chat. Let's see the ones. What our lights look like. What our lights look like. Are we on par? Are we on par? Let me look. Let me look. Make sure we got, okay, we got our lights. I was making sure. To make it sure, well, we all right, Nancy. Thank you. Make sure we all right out here. You, this ain't the Kendra G show. This is the Tamika G show. Tam G. Right? All right, so are y'all ready? We about to go to outer space. Why? Cause y'all got to keep up with these things. Space is booming. April 8th. Here's how to embrace the 1.8 trillion opportunity. I didn't say billion. I said trillion. If you've been here before, you know I talk about space all the time. Don't fight me. Just get on it. Just get on it. All right. And this is for the World Economic Forum. I will be posting more and talking about more what's coming out of the World Economic Forum because you need to understand we're in a global working community. We're not just local, we are global. And you can take your skills and use them internationally. You can work with companies that go internationally. We're in a global workforce. All right. The space economy is expected to reach 1.8 trillion by 2035 as space-enabled technologies advance. A new report, the 1.8 trillion opportunity from the Global Economic Growth, outlines key developments in the space economy. The space economy not only opens up commercial opportunities, but promises to help tackle the world's greatest challenges, such as climate change. Let's get into it. 1.8 trillion, right? Space is approaching their new frontier. The space economy is expected to be worth 1.8 trillion by 2035 as satellite and rocket enabled technologies become increasingly prevalent, according to a new report. Already, space enabled technologies drive everything from weather forecasts to increasing ubiquitous smart gadgets such as smartwatches. Yet space technologies are also delivering benefits to a wider range of stakeholders, with industries such as retail, consumer goods, and lifestyle, food and beverages, supply chains, and transport and disaster mitigation, all set to benefit from space innovations. How can I get space on the moon? How can I get space on the moon? Space on the moon? How can I get the data center on the moon? All right. I talked about this a while back. Lone Star, February, makes its first moon on 1M lunar lander, data centers in space, the promise to the moon. Lone Star successfully tests data center concept, right? En route to the moon. I accept that. En route to the moon. This just came out on 2024 of this year, February 19th of 2024. If I'm looking at, I want to be on cutting edge. I want to see what people are doing on the cutting edge, where the money is flowing. I'm gonna go look up Lone Star data holdings. I'm gonna go look and see who's in that. All right. Lone Star data centers on the moon. Right. Right. So the next question is, I would have, okay. I saw you, Dub, talking about blockchain, but let me show you something. Blockchain and satellites. We reported on this a while ago. Right here. Here we go. Right here. Onyx by JP Morgan. Launches blockchain in space. I talked about this a while ago. You want to talk about Rust? You want to talk about blockchain? You want to talk about decentralization? Here you go. NASA project to integrate AI and blockchain. All right. Blockchain application with multi-sensor satellite. Blockstream satellite. Bitcoin blockchain broadcast. Go check out Blockstream. Space bridge. Pioneering payments in space. Right. Blockchain in the space industry. Blockchain protocol for authenticating space, like blockchain in space. Like the list goes on. I'm just trying to show you what that looks like. So now let's go look at Rust and satellites. Let's be more specific there. All right, so we know that we know that Amazon is using Rust. We heard about the we also heard about Rust in um Linux, but it was one other place. NASA continues to push the burn. Rush is finding its place on both projects, demand for both speed and security. 10 programming languages at NASA in 2024. All right. All right. So let's go. Here we go. Rust implementation SGP for satellite propagation. All right. We can go on and on. Rust programming and all right. Mm, 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 mm. That's not what I want. I have to go to the White House one. Yeah, right here. This would be fine right here. So that one came out. We know we heard about it. We've been talking about it, the whole thing with memory save. Right. Let me go back up and get Rust right there. What am I missing? Oh, here it is right here. All right, memory safe is the property of certain programming languages to allocate memory automatically, helping to prevent human errors and enable memory linked stacks. Those languages include C Sharp, Go, Python, Rust, and Swift. Were recommended by software developers in December advisory from the U.S. and its Five Eyes intelligence partners. So I'm probably gonna stick right here. It's a lot of stuff still written in Java. Kiara, yep. Kiara, get hell to put on. All right. So let's go here. Mm-mm. That's from 2023. Edge and IoT. Let's filter here. I like to filter. It's going to last year. Okay, here we go. Got Rust, Akka Edge documentation. Akka Edge Rust implements concepts familiar to the Akka Edge cloud-based development. Edge computing is the way of the future. Connected, we know about that. I've been talking about that. Rethinking cloud operating systems with Rust. Rust is surging away in WebAssembly. Rust device backends for hypervisor. So forth and so on. We can go on and on and on. You can go check out Azion is using Rust programming language. Serverless providers must deliver on performance. This is why Azion uses Rust programming language as its foundation for Azion sales and so forth, right? So I'm just showing you where things are at. What I didn't look up was government funding for HPC. I should say high performance computing. Department of Energy, I think I talked about this already. The Department of Energy, 3.9 million. Department of Energy announced 5 million for that. NASA high end uh, computing funding opportunities. National Artificial Intelligence Research. Dementia School receives 1 million grant. We can go on and on and on. We're talking about high performance computing. Go dive into it. Another avenue, another realm. You want to be employed for the next 20 years? You could be in high performance computing for the next 10, 15, 20 years. You could be on edge devices for the next 10, 15, 20 years. All these things you can do for forever. I'm not talking about, hey, just go out here and just pick something. I'm strategically showing you where the money is at and where it's going to be at least for the next 5. And with this in that time you should be gaining skills and be able to be in this industry for the next 10, 15, 20 years. Again, strategic skill sets, strategic companies to go and work for gets you that 1 million into in 10 years. I showed you. What's the word when I said what's the type of a 401k you want to look for? What is the type of 401k you want to look for? You can put that inside of the chat, right? Profit sharing 401k, right? Profit sharing 401k. Now, you're going to say, Tamika, where I find that at? You're going to go to the Google. And I posted these companies before. Ah, they didn't come up. So let's go back. Let's type in companies. Mm, 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 mm. But lucky for you, I recorded it. Mm, 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 mm. Let's see if we can find them again. Yeah, now I can't find them again. Oh, ain't that about or nothing? Mm, yes, they can, but I want to find the companies. But that's okay. I have it in my thingy in the video. Let me go to my Outlook and let me go to my Word documents because you know what? I keep things like that. So I don't have time on stuff like this. And let's go here. And it's also a video for it. Profit sharing 401k. Um, mm, mm, mm. Let's see. I think it's all in episode 124. But that's okay. I'll pull it back up. Because now I'm pulling the list, the Excel sheet. And I don't want the Excel sheet. I want the companies. But the first company that comes on that list is Activision. And then there was about 20 companies. I think we counted 30 companies so far that do the profit share 401k. 30 companies so far. 30 companies so far. I'm just reading the chat. If you do DevOps, lots of tools are in Go right now. Oh yeah, of course. All right, so Let me go Activision. Let me show you. Activision 401k Blizzard. Yes. Here we go right here. Because a lot of people don't believe Fat Meat Creek said. Mm-mm-mm. All right. It's black. I know. Just blow it up a little bit right here. You have the opportunity to save for your retirement, pre-tax or post-tax. You can contribute above the IRS limit on an after-tax basis. The company matches 25% of your contributions to the traditional and the Roth 401k. You're immediately vested. New hires are automatically enrolled in the 1% in the plan at 1% after 30 days if no elections are made. But we waive this enrollment through Fidelity website. So they go through Fidelity, right? So again, 25%. That's Activision, right? Uh, let me see if I can find it. And we're gonna get back to our joint. Um, do 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 do. And I think what I did was I looked up companies with the highest 401k match. It's probably something I did, and that's probably what I did. But I can't remember how I did it. That's how I found it. Let's see. Best companies for 401k match. Yeah, you can see it right there. It's the old one. Found it. All right, here we go. Blizzard, 25% of your compensation. Y'all like to go to Dollar General? They got a huge tech department. You better go on over there. Get you some discounts at the Dollar and the General. Right. Uber 10%, Visa 10%, Bosch 9, USA 4, Samsung 4.5, Venmo Venmo 10% of the compensation, and they max out at 10,000. But look, they don't. I think is this vesting? Is this the vesting? Yeah. So they don't do immediate investing. That's after 2 years. They trick you. You always want immediate vesting, right? So look here. Here's all the companies. Here's all the companies. 9.3 Southwest. Get you some of them. Get you some bennies from Southwest. IRS, AT&T, uh, up to the IRS contribution limits. I'm not sure what that it means. Up to 23,000, I guess. Walmart, um, Google, Honeywell, Meta. 8% of your compensation up to $5,000 per year for BlackRock, Costco, and then they break down what each one of these mean. Here you go, D. You can put it in Slack if you want to. All right. So let's get back
Slack
to her.
or the chat?
It don't matter.
Okay.
All right. So space technologies are delivering greater value. Blah 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 blah. 1.8 trillion. The report. It's a report out there. Brings together experts from across space and other industries to provide the most detailed picture yet yet of both space technology's future trajectory and how it will impact other sectors. Right. Space will be a larger part of the global economy. Space impact will increasingly go beyond space itself. Space will become more about connecting people and goods. Space's return on investment will be more than financial. The expansion of the space economy, right? The expansion of the market is expected to be capped at 4.6 billion to 2035. The most revenues coming from in orbit stays abroad space stations by ultra high net worth individuals. Um, Space transport, supply chain, how space can change the world. They got it's a whole video out here of this. I'm just pointing this out. I'll do a deeper dive because what's not talked about is space transportation, right? Mass transportation in space. What does that look like? What does it also look like for space security? What does it look like for space compliance and rules and regulations? Who owns the moon? Who owns the moon? Is it the first person that get there? D, we can hear you. You're gone. Uh,
I'm pondering who owned the moon. I'm going to the Google. Don't we own it? We the people?
how?
I have no idea.
Space startups see funding surge as government spend remains high. So space startups are seeing the surge for government spending on space exploration. Funding space startups rose to 6.5 billion in the first quarter. In first quarter ended March of 31st and 2.9 billion a year earlier, and inflows were up 33%. So we're talking about space and what that looks like. If you want to be in on those type of things, then there you go. All right.
Hmm.
All right. Let's see. Transparency in the clearance process. The agencies are working to expand the transparency in the clearance process. What steps are you at? Who you're talking to? What they're doing? So forth and so on. Instead of just going into the black hole, I give you this big packet of information, and you go into a dark hole. That's really what happens. So they're working on expanding that, right? For transparency purposes and so forth. I just want to highlight this. I'm not going to go into details about this, but I just wanted to highlight that is something that they're working on. All right. Next up, Amazon earnings preview. AI initiatives expected to take focus. If you have not been keeping up with our community channel, if you have not been keeping up with our community channel, I have posted a series of things, such as Philips CEO talks about the 1.1 billion settlement and their stock soars. But here is what you need to go listen up to: the Apple and Amazon earnings call preview. You need to go listen to, if you have Amazon, if you have Apple, the earning calls is coming up. I think the earning call tomorrow. You need to be on it so you can hear what's going on. You need to pull a report of Amazon. You need to know what your money is investing in, right? It ain't it ain't just set it and forget it. It's set it and what are they doing? And then I might forget it. Right? What I might not want to stay there. I might need a dip. So Amazon earnings preview is an AI initiatives expected to take focus. This is about Apple's report, Q2 report that's going to be talked about on this Thursday. Amazon is scheduled to post quarterly earnings after the bell on Tuesday. I will be downloading that. I will be talking about that on Saturday. If not, I may go do a special live on it. Um, and it's out there talking about the warning of some impatience with the heavy AI spending. The company is expected to offer updates on the progress of its AI development, the state of its lucrative cloud business, and the growth of its advertising segment. Amazon report will arrive a week after its cloud rival AI competitor Microsoft posted an impressive quarter, beating expectations on the strength of its cloud computing business. I go to visual capitalist. There is a visual of what the expenditure or the growth of AI, not AI, but Azure and Microsoft. And what does that look like? What does that look like? Okay. It says the market cheer even louder Google parent results, which outperform on the top and the bottom lines and came with an announcement of a new dividend. Did y'all hear about the new dividend from Apple? I think I posted that too. Now Apple is now paying dividends. Did you 20 cents? It's 20 cents. Here's what Wall Street is expecting for Amazon's most significant metrics of 142.6 billion expected in Q, and I guess this is Q1. 82 cents expected. All right. I need that. I need for Amazon to go up, the online store, the web services, the advertising and so forth. This is a full breakdown of it. I want to see the report come out so we can talk about the report. So we can get in, we can, when these reports come out, I want us to start having conversations about the reports and how we're reading them and what our thoughts are. But here, right here, in September, Amazon launched its AI service called Amazon Bedrock, allowing customers to build generative AI applications through existing models offered by Anthropic, Stability AI, and Amazon itself. Right? And Amazon itself. Right? Let's go. Because, I'll go whip out Charles Schwab and start talking about stocks. I ain't gonna do it tonight. Not gonna do it. I want to. Part of me wants to go in there and just look at it and be like, where's Amazon at right now? All right, hardest cybersecurity skill jobs to fill in 2024. Top roles and skills. Top roles and skills. Skills pay the bills. Right? Skills pay the bills. All right. So the cybersecurity market is projected, and let me blow that up a little bit there. Yeah, that's better. The cybersecurity market is projected to grow to an impressive 32% through 2032. If you are not paying attention, it's something about 2030, something about 2032. The 2030s should be in your mind. Now, 30 from 2024 is what? 30 from 2024 is what? I'm telling you about skills for the next 5, 7, 10, 15, 20 years. If you have not calculated how much money you have made your entire life, go on Social Security, go on SSA.gov. Go and calculate how much money you have made your entire life. Take that money and look how many years you have made that much money. Now ask yourself, what can you do to make that same amount of money in less time? If you made 4 million in 20 years, do you think you can speed up the process and make 4 million in 10? Or can you make 4 million in 15? What are you going to do? All right, so let's go. All right, so the surge in demand for is not merely about filling positions, it reflects the evolving nature of cyber threats and a requirement for innovative defenses and reliable anti-malware tools to protect sensitive information. So let's go down here. It says, in this article, we explore the top cybersecurity jobs, most wanted positions, and required certifications for specialists who get ready to fill them. Specialists who get ready to fill them. Y'all want to talk about cybersecurity? Because I can stop. Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. Uh, 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 mm, mm. Well, I'm almost at the 2 hour mark. No, yes, maybe. Is anybody out there? Livingston said yes. All right. We got one yes. If we get two yes, excluding D. D don't count. Excluding D. It gotta be 2 yes. All right, all right, all right. Let's go. You see how easy I am? I said 2 yes. All right, so let's go. Cybersecurity expertise vital for defending against increasing threats. These are key takeaways. Will witness a 32% job growth by 2032. Quantum security, AI security, space security, cloud security, on-prem security, hybrid cloud, car security, grid security, power security, supply chain security. You can keep going. Figure out where you want to be. Figure out what DevOps tools, how you gonna optimize do you want to do it. Filthy Frank Black said no. Somebody kick out Filthy Frank. Filthy Frank Black. Somebody kick him out. All right. Advancements in AI, ML, and IoT are reshaping necessary skill sets for cybersecurity, requiring a blend of IT proficiency and depth security insights and adaptability. Chief information security officers and security engineers are vital in the fight against cyber crimes. The emphasis on certifications such as the CISSP and CEH highlights their critical role in validating expertise. I'm going to say uh, SANS and uh, ISC squared. Rapid technological advances in cybersecurity threats require a diverse talent pool, including more women and minority groups to tackle the lack of cybersecurity professionals. Long life learning, skill diversification, everything that I say. So let's hop down here to the jobs. The 12 hardest cybersecurity jobs to fill. Oh, that's a wonderful picture. All right, CISO, security architect, security engineer, DevSecOps engineer. You don't say. Application security tester, penetration tester, incident responder, cyber threat intelligence analyst, risk and fraud analyst, IT security compliance, IT security auditor. If you have been keeping up with the IRS, if you've been keeping up with women in Linux, there's one little thing that's left off here. One little thing that they were hiring for. Forensics accountants. There was a huge push from the IRS on forensics accounting. You're like, Tamika, what that got to do with security? It got something to do with the money, honey. With the money, honey. All right. So remember, IRS hiring forensics accountants. It was a huge push. Mm-mm. Dyers looks to hire 3,700 employees nationwide to expand compliance for large corporations, complex partnerships. Experienced accountants encouraged to apply for the revenue agent positions. Have you seen some of the jobs for the IRS that are paying 150 to 200,000? Have y'all seen those? Hmm. Now this one is a GS-13 for the agents for 125. But there are some other jobs out there that are in the 150 range to 200. Let's get back to this. Let's not derail. CISO, they're looking for CISSP, CCIO, CISM, CCSPs, certified, and this is the ISC squared one. Certified cloud security professional. Security architects, master planners. I'm not gonna read everything. I'm just gonna go through and highlight the certifications that they're looking at. CISM, CCSP, SAB. I never heard this. The Share would apply business security architecture. I've never heard of that. That is new to me. I will have to look that up. Never heard of it. Security engineers, the system protection specialists. I don't know why the security plus is on there, but okay, got you. CCSP, CISSP, ISSEP, DevSecOps engineers, CSS, LP, CSP, analysts, CompTIAs, CYSA, the GOT securities, security essentials. That is uh that is the 401. That is the 401 class, or maybe the 488, but I think that's the 401. CISSP, application security tester, CEH, so for penetration, OSCP, CEH, cloud security professionals. The CCSP comes up on every last one of them. Um, Looks like a good middle ground here. This is incident responders and rapid reaction. GCIH, that's your SANS. This right, the CSSP is your ISC squared. Cyber intelligence analyst. This is your SANS, and this cyber intelligence professional, that might be ISC squared, but I don't think so. But I could be wrong. I've been known to be wrong. Vigilant protectors. CCSK, that is ISC squared. Certified fraud examiner, that's something different. That doesn't fall under GIOC. Risk and information systems, CRISC, that doesn't fall under GIOC either. The regulatory guardians, IT security compliance, CISA. The CCSK, that's under ISC squared. CRISC, I'm not sure who that falls under. And then again, the assurance investigators, right? Required skills and frameworks, operating system, networking, security, risk assessment, CSSK, CIA. Understand that CIA, certified internal auditor, and information systems auditor, right? Tools of the trade. They get into it. Wireshark, Snort, Nmap, and then they got a whole list. Like if I expand these, they Splunk, Aircrack, Malt Ego, PyTorch, TensorFlow, Watson, Azure Machine Learning, IoT frameworks, blockchain security tools, Encase for forensics, access data, and autopsy, and then challenges in finding these qualified candidates. Cybersecurity professionals face an unprecedented threat landscape. Despite the continued growth in the workforce, ISC Squared workforce study revealed that demand is still outpacing supply. The workforce gap grew by 12.63% in 2023, with the greatest rise in the Asia Pacific and North America. All right. And so here is where they got the global, where I go into the global workforce. This is me going into the global workforce, right? Make that bigger there. Europe had a growth of 9.7%. And let me tell you what I'm reading here. This is the workforce gap. So 4 million people workforce gap internationally, but with it being 521,000 here in the United States. Latin America decreased, Middle East and Africa decreased, Asia Pacific increased. So Asia and North America are on pace, and there is a huge gap, right? Top technical skills required, right? Groundwork, pen testers, incident responders, progressing to mid-level positions, incident responders to security architects, senior level roles, CISO roles, how to tackle the cybersecurity gap, keep learning, multifaceted. Again, simultaneously adopting dynamic recruitment tactics. Moreover, forging alliance with educational institutions. By the time they get an alliance with educational institutions, it'll be too late. What's gonna have to happen is it's gonna have to be the places like your sans.org and so forth and so on. It's gonna have to be your mom and your dad. It's gonna have to be your friends. It's gonna have to be a group of people that just literally sit down and say, this is all we're doing, and move the needle that way. You cannot rely on schools to get caught up to enhance those skill sets. By the time they get ready 10 years from now, we've moved on to something else. It can't work that way. It can't work that way. A quantum computing has been declared a national security threat. Um, and we're sitting up here talking about just cyber itself. There's still a threat for quantum. There's still a threat under cyber itself. And if we're not gonna, if you all want to, and this is my mad rant, if y'all want to sit up and be online talking about what's going on with Amanda Seals and Club Shay Shay and all of that stuff, and you got 3 hours to spend. I mean, what Club Shay Shay with what Cat Williams and Amanda Seals, that's 6 hours by itself. You could have studied for a cert. You could have studied for a cert, farted, and woke back up. Like you got to pick your poison. Like if we call ourselves want to be innovative and be ready for the next wave, which is already here, it's not expected to get better. We're not expected to get that. Like people like, oh, we need a tax break. I can't wait to Trump get in. Oh, we need a tax break. We sending all our money to the Ukraine. It's gone. Ain't that you can do to get it back. I don't care who come into office. Trump can't get that money back. It's gone. So you got to figure out which side of the spectrum you want to be on. If they sending the money to Ukraine, what they doing? What do you think the satellites are doing? What do you think all these other things are doing? Who making money off of what? So you can sit on the sideline or you can get in the game. It's just that simple. At the end of the day, the jobs are out here and so forth. To prove my point, I went a little further. Because everybody be like, oh my goodness, Tamika. You don't get paid $100,000. All right, network, and this is from the Bureau of Labor Statistics, BLS, right? Not BLS standing for like Mercedes Benz or nothing like that. BLS says network and computer system administrators summary. Network and computer system administration install, configure, and maintain organization's computer networks and systems. The work environment. Network and computer system administrator work for a variety of organizations, including computer system design firms, school, financial institutions. Most full-time work, and some work more than 40 hours per week. It depends, right? Depends on the network. The median annual wage for network computer system administrators was $95,360 in May of 2023. $95,360 in 2023. Now, some of you would say that's low. I'm going to tell you, do the basics. Get the learn Linux, get a certification, get your Red Hat certification or your Linux Plus. I don't care. Get your Ansible certification, get your Security Plus, pick a cloud, any cloud, learn Agile, roll that all together, and I guarantee you will come out more than 95. I bet money that you would come out with more than 95. Bet money. All right. Employment of network system administrators is projected to grow 2% from 2022 to 2032, about as fast as the average for all occupations. There's approximately 20,000 openings for network system administrators are projected each year. Over average over the decade, many of those are expected to result from the need to replace workers who transfer to different occupations to exit the labor force or such as retire or they move on to other jobs. All right. This is as of Wednesday, April the 17th of 2024. All right. And I'm going to click on this one. I'm going to see if it gives me anything else. Nope, it don't. All right. I think this is the same thing. What do they do? The median pay. Yeah. And I think you can click on what they do and it goes into whatever. Now, let me say this. For a long time, the Department of the Bureau of Labor Statistics did not know how to classify sysadmin work. They did not know how to classify system administration. They didn't know how to classify cloud engineering. Even so much so that when I would go try to apply to get cars, and this is back in 2011, the actual underwriters would not believe that that was my income. So I would have to prove to them, they's like, we want the next couple of paycheck stubs and an offer letter. Because they couldn't believe that somebody was making that kind of money in because it was just something not seen
in computers.
in computers because no one it was no it wasn't clear there was no big thing to be working in tech. Like I've been in tech since 2001 2002, right? And so when it was time to show proof of income to get a car, to get an apartment, people couldn't it wasn't registering with people. People were like, what kind of job you got?
Remember that lady, that realtor was like, "You're gonna need documentation to you're gonna need proof of,
Right.
you know."
Yeah.
We were like, "What
When
are you talking about, lady?"
it was a guy,
It was a man.
in Sarasota.
You
When I
you're
went
gonna need
I went
paper.
to go
You're
look
gonna
at
need
a
proof.
condo because I was gonna do a 2 or 3K loan on a condo. So I ain't gonna buy nothing new. I'm gonna go in with a 2 or 3K, bring it up. And I was like, I want to be here. Do I want to do that? And so uh he when we was in, he's like, you're gonna need proof of funds. And I was like, okay. Like, okay.
Thought you
No,
was
no,
Tampa Bay scammer.
yeah. And so then when we got ready to go, uh he's locking the door. He walks up and he was like, can I ask you something? And I was like, yeah. He's like, do you have proof of funds, and can you prove that the money actually came from a source? I was like, yeah, man. I like, what are you talking about? Like, I was so confused. I was like, what is he talking about, man? What is he trying to insinuate I'm a fraud or something? Like, what is this? But for a long time, and even sometimes now, I call. Oh, I forget who it was. It was an Asian lady on the phone. Anyway, she had asked me. She said, "What is your gross income for the year?" And I told her a number, right? And she's like, no, I mean, no. She said, what's your monthly gross income? I said, yeah, that's my monthly. And she was just like, that's your monthly? I like, yeah, that's my monthly gross income. And she was like, they're probably gonna require that you send over proof that you make that kind of money every month. I was like, okay, I don't have a problem with that. I was like, I said, let me upload it now because I said I had those documents ready. I kind of figured it was gonna be something like that. And I uploaded it, and then she opened it up in the portal and she looked at it and she was like, you're doing quite well for yourself. You're doing quite well for yourself. But I say all that to say is a lot of times the jobs that you all are going to see coming out and getting paid, like that job that's paying 1 million or 2 million, when you go to apply for or to get a job or something, I mean not a job, but when you go to apply to get cars or houses, the underwriters do not even understand how someone can make that money. And so that's a human factor. So now the question is AI gonna be a great replacement for underwriting? And 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 what kind of discriminatory data is going into the AI in order to have that dialogue? What does that look like?
Yeah, that's like a catch 22 because it's you can have some very biased underwriters and you can have some very great underwriters. Um, and a lot of times with even with AI, you can have something really, really great or really, really bad. I know a lot of commercial banks, use an AI per se, and the telcos, the community banks, the credit unions have a person, but it's all on that conversation and who asked the right questions.
Yeah, I think we're in are gonna be in for a um a big problem.
Yeah.
I just
Either way it goes. I mean, I've been a victim of some discriminatory practices and didn't even know it. And luckily, it just glad I was covered because I was just like, "Am I out here riding? Was I riding dirty all this time?"
you know what else is the two things I'm gonna let everybody else guess. What are the other two things that people did ways they discriminate against you? It's two numbers. I'll say it that way. You pondering D.
No, because I'm trying to understand the question. They discriminate. What are other
Again,
ways they can?
what biases automatically get triggered from these two numbers?
From the what?
Zip code, correct.
Oh, absolutely.
And what
Eh,
else?
Birthday,
Mm-mm.
zip code. Is it your phone? Well, yeah, I said that's what I said. Birthday, zip code, social security. No, because you can tell which region of the country you're from your social security number.
Correct.
You can.
Correct.
Like the ones start on the East Coast and the fives end up in California. Yeah, your
Correct.
credit score. But I thought that was like a given.
Mm-mm.
Because sometimes even with your credit score, I mean, they some of these places based on bias, you can have a great credit score and they want you to bring plenty money.
Pull this up, D. So your social security number, your 9-digit social security number, the first set of 3 digits is the area number. The second set of digit is the group number, and the final set of digits is the serial number. The area number is assigned by a geographical region. Prior to 1972, cards were issued in local security offices around the country and in areas represented by the state in which the card was issued. This did not necessarily have to be the state where the applicant lived, since a person could apply for for their card in any social security office, right? So then they go by the group number, right? Within each area, the group number, middle 2 digits, range from 0 to 99, but are not assigned in consecutive order, right? So then the group numbers, you got your odds and your evens, right? And then your serial number within each group, the serial numbers run consecutively, right? So that's how your social security number is, right? But now, if I know your social security number, this is right here, the social security. So they then since 1972, when SSA began assigning SSNs and issuing cards centrally from Baltimore, the area number assigned has been based on the zip code in the mailing address. Zip code and a mailing address. So there's even some hidden biases in your social security number. I just thought I'd throw that out there.
It could be. It could be. I'm thinking about my. I mean, I'm wondering what if they're taking in that. Are they taking the first and the last of that zip code?
You mean, or maybe they're just doing the median in that zip code?
Who knows how they had that zip code scrambled up? Interesting. But I did know about the first set. But I know when I underwrote mortgage loans, um, that wasn't a factor that we used.
It says so people on the East Coast have the lowest numbers, and those on the West Coast have the highest numbers. Just thought I'd share that with y'all. And it's straight from the
Fun
Social
fact.
Security, straight from the Social Security website.
The government.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. You can go right on Social Security website, check out some stuff, read, go play around on their website. That's what I'd say to you all. Go play around on that website. Let's see. All right, D. We have reached our mark. This was the 100 episode. I mean, it wasn't fun, right? I didn't do the hoorah, hoorah, hoorah.
I mean, Heather, she showed up. I mean, nobody matched Heather's gift. You gave 5 memberships
I did.
out, you
I
know.
did.
I suggest people come to the meetup on Wednesday.
What's our poll? A
We
poll.
started with the Grow with Google scholarship.
I'm in the poll because I had a poll in there, and the poll was how many were people new to Linux? We got 57%
That
that
was
were not
81
new.
votes. That was a lot of votes.
Yeah, I'm excited. And for the road, because that's just what I do for the road, we'll give some more memberships. Workaholic Panda.
Did you give
Mhm.
some more?
Yeah,
Did you give some
yeah,
more?
yeah. Resto Chesto.
Look at that.
We see you out there in these tech streets. You have been gifted.
Tomorrow the earners, you guys have all the it's a earner show, both earner groups in one tomorrow,
300K, 500K with the with the
7:30
with the special sauce
with the special sauce.
on the sesame seed bun.
That's 10 memberships. Ooh. Ooh. Give me the chills.
Livingston, I see you out there. Terrell Purdy, welcome. Some of y'all
It's a
don't be
lot
in
of
the
new
chat.
faces. Where'd you hear about women in Linux? I'm curious.
Yeah, drop your city and state. Yeah, the
The
meetup
meetup is on Wednesday. It's been every Wednesday for the last 6 years.
7.
Every Wednesday it's at 8 o'clock. It's a virtual meetup.
Has it been 8 years?
No.
7 years?
Mhm.
Oh.
It's 8 o'clock. Go to meetup.com.
Yeah, drop your city and state.
I'm curious to know.
And for the road, D, now that the show is over, right? Now that the show is over, you should just drop a link.
Mm.
Kiara, yeah, Denver. Just drop a link, D.
Ah!
You we got a hot
Dropping the link.
15 minutes. We got a hot 15 minutes for those that
Do
want to
we
come
have
up.
a hot 15
Hot
minutes?
15 minutes, D. Hot sex on the platter. Mm-mm. Hot sex on the platter. Mm-mm. Hot sex on the platter. Mm-mm. Where you at? Beham. Then we drive through Birmingham. Then we drive through Birmingham. Oh, around the area.
Mm-hmm.
Fort Washington. I hear you. Denver. I just left there. Is it snowing out there? What's the weather out there?
Mm-hmm.
What is the weather out there? 61? Okay, okay. Y'all ain't cold.
Where are people from?
It do get cold at night, 39 degrees, but y'all ain't cold.
Hello. I see Dade in there. Merlin. Colorado.
Kiara, did you go to the game? Did you go to the Bucks game?
Ooh,
Buffalo.
London. You are up late. Thanks for joining us.
I know. Thanks for joining. I hope y'all got something out of it. I hope you see the future of where everything is going.
Snows until
Oh
May.
yeah, I'm doing a show on Thursday with Intentional Millionaire. We're gonna discuss this book here. 10x is easier than 2x. So we'll be doing this. We'll be
I'm
talking about
chopped
this
liver.
book.
I got uninvited.
How you get on there, right? I'm saying we're gonna be talking about the book, but you're gonna be on there too. What you expect your lips for? Kira, don't be at work sleep. You must be in the dungeon somewhere sleep. You must be in the skiff in the back in the cut sleep where can't nobody see you or find you. You just be in there sleep.
I like Colorado.
I can't wait to get back to Colorado. I'm planning my trip now. And if you anything like I know, Kira, if you working where I think you working at, don't nobody come check on you. Be in there. I get it. I get it. See,
Mm-mm-mm.
D, if nobody came up. You good. See there? Use our
Who is
word.
good? What you mean? I know I'm
Use
good.
use our word.
About what?
Use our word.
Don't
Relax.
put that on me.
Relax. I'm glad everybody came out. Alabama, Miami. Jerry, what's going on in Miami? Y'all getting priced out down there? Insurance is pricing y'all out.
Mm.
Jerry, you stay in the Porsche Towers?
That's
let,
noise.
let me come down. I just want to put the car on the elevator one time.
All right, VA in the house.
I just want to put the car on the tower one
I
time.
just want to go up in the elevator.
One time. I want to go up in the elevator. I want to see it spin around, and I just want to roll it in there. All right, Jerry, I'm bringing it down. I'm bringing it down. Natasha,
She better be
what?
camera ready.
Natasha's like, D, come on now, D.
I'm gonna do like Kendra G. Let me see your room. Let me see your room. If I get up and put on some lipstick,
The,
so do
the
you. Let me
Natasha,
see your room.
Natasha, I got you. Natasha, Natasha, come back. Don't let D scare you off. Don't let D punk you off like that, Natasha.
Well, Natasha was like, hell no.
Don't let her punk you off like that. Come on
Hell no.
back, Natasha.
You know what? That might be something I can do for my friend. There's vacation rentals in the Porsche Tower.
Hmm. I would never leave. I just take the elevator and drop the car back down. I'm like, I'm gonna go around the corner and come back. That thing costs.
I mean, hey, you only live once.
Mm-mm.
The HOA fee is
It's
eight
2,000,
thousand one hundred and ninety
eight
two
thousand a month.
per month.
That must be to maintain the elevator.
Per month.
8,000 a month for the
Eight
HOA
thousand
fee.
one hundred and ninety two
So
four
eighty
bed
two hundred.
HOA. What do you
I ain't
mean?
never leaving.
They'll be like, excuse me. Um,
Them things gonna be
you
in
sure
foreclosure
getting
soon.
your money's worth. Absolutely.
That thing gonna be in foreclosure soon.
Absolutely. Let's see.
That's gonna be in foreclosure soon.
I wonder if you got to rent it for the whole month.
I'm looking at it. Look good on the inside.
5 bedrooms, 4.5 baths, 550 square feet, 9 guests. What? Ah, it moved in. Ah, not going nowhere. And the special amenities are a microwave, air conditioning, living room, Wi-Fi, and Bluetooth speaker. I need to know. Mm.
Porsche design tower.
Then you got other people looking in, looking at you. Oh, look at the pool. Nice.
What time on Thursday? I think we said 8. No, no butler.
It don't
You
say anything about a butler, but it looks like you can tailor your stay. Airport transfer, get grocery services. You can have a private chef, housekeeping, massage therapist, a boat charter, childcare, babysitting, and a personal trainer. Mhm. Nice life.
I don't know what is a night. Let me ask this before we get out of here. My last question. What is rich? If you had if on a yearly basis, let's not go like forever. Like if you the amount of money you make per year gross, what is considered rich? I want to hear.
I want to hear it too. I don't see any pictures of the elevator though.
That's our video.
All the units are have access to the elevator, right?
Should yeah.
I like Sunny Isles.
Kiara, you said 250K. You want to make that right now in Colorado? I got a job for you. Get you hooked up tomorrow. Let me go to my email. Let me go to my email. Do. We can get you in that this week. Get you in there this week. I just turned down 3 jobs out of there.
Oh, Colorado.
You want to go to Westminster?
I could, you know what? I could go for like a little weekend in Colorado, wear my new coats.
I told you. That's what I was trying to do.
I can do that.
We can leave this weekend.
I can go to Colorado, go eat some steaks and stuff.
My favorite spot. Mm-mm-mm. So that's what you want to make a month, Jerry? 50K a month. I can. Okay.
Mm, 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 mm. Here I am cold. I be needing a coat. I be needing a jacket, and I need a coat.
Hold on. Let
I've
me
layer. I'm a
let me
California
email
girl.
this person back right here and find out. They looking for 12 people, by the way.
Natasha, what happened to you? Where'd you go? Come back. I'm sleepy now. Actually,
Hold
don't
on.
come back. I see you on Wednesday.
All right, I just sent them something. If you got
A
my
little, a little tech bro vest.
if you were in Slack, you can hit me up, Kiera, in Slack. There are a few other ones out there that are right now on the 250 mark. Um,
I had a little tech bro vest. I need a new one. Give me one of them little transformer coats, like when you were a kid, where the arms and the hood come off. The best.
let me see. These are senior DevSecOps jobs. Kevin, you should have that right now. Honestly, keeping it 1,000 with you, my guy. I've seen your resume,
Mm.
but I get it. You got a you got a family.
Oh,
All
I
right.
love a little elementary school coat. I don't know where it happened to mine. I think I probably gave one to my stepdaughter back in the day. I love it. Little puff coat, little hood come off, sleeves, zip up, got a little bag, roll it up. The best.
Kiera, can you work in the office Tuesday through Thursday, 3 days in the office on a hybrid and off on Mondays and Fridays?
Mm, mm.
All right. So that's what they require. It's a senior DevSecOps job. It's in Westminster. That ain't well. I was in Broomfield, so that wasn't too far.
No, Kiera, I'm from California, Northern California.
All right. So I'm going. Oh, hold on. I got an email back. Hold on.
Hey, you email back that fast?
You know they be up.
Yes, they are. It's still early.
You know they be up. So oh no, that ain't it. That's some. That's
Kiera said that
junk
might be
mail.
her old job.
How about at NGG? That's with that's with LM. That's with Lockheed Martin.
Mm, mm, mm.
Here, uh, I will go to LM website, but it depends on how it's rolling. LM don't pay no money. You got to be you got to be a contractor so you can get the money. Look up this company right here. Um, and the other company, oh yeah, you said you can't hit me up in Slack, so let me do this. Hmm, that ain't it. Hold on, I'm trying to get the link. Where you at? All right, here we go. Yeah, I already know what you got. When you said you was watching this clip, I'm clicking, I'm checking. I hear you.
Ooh.
So yeah, so in out there, Boulder, Longmont, Space, IBM. I think they're closing down part of that IBM joint. Um, is where it's at. I mean, I'm not gonna say no names about Aurora, but you already know what's out in that way. I do not like that area. I felt it was a little bit not well kept. Not well kept. Hey man, you know you in a different area when you riding down the highway. Yeah, when you riding down the highway and the man pushing the buggies off at the highway when you getting out, he on the highway and he pushing the buggy. And but 63,000 of y'all out there, Kier, in Aurora. Yeah. Yeah. So what you do is you go if you're in Aurora, move a little on the other side so you ain't gotta go
It
through the
was
highway and
horrible.
jump and be on the highway like this the whole time. It's even the difference in the roads, man. The roads when you driving on the road, it's like this in Westminster and Broomfield. The nice you like I'm going to work, do, and then you
It was
hit
raggedy till we got to what was the next what's the next state over? We drove up out there. I was like, "Why is the highway so raggedy?"
Aurora was like,
So we got to Oklahoma, it seemed like it was just raggedy.
like why did you choose to live like this?
Good lord, it was like,
Aurora was a mess. Even driving into Denver can be a mess. But Aurora, no, I don't miss Aurora. It's but go if you're feeling froggy, Kiara, go look up Zeta Systems in Aurora. Let me know what you're thinking. Um, I'll pass. If part of the profit sharing 401k. I've talked about it before. You can go and look on their website.
yeah,
You get
because the North area got money.
yeah, you get
Is
300
that
and
is that is that that's where we was at in the North area?
mm-hmm.
Mm,
Longmont, Broomfield, Boulder,
it was nice. It was
Boulder, all out that way. Yeah. The
driving into the mountains. Go into the games. I like Colorado
I
life.
like
I
going
do.
down into the valley, like you coming back down into the
I
valley.
gotta go see some more of that, like middle America.
Yeah, we're driving down into the valley. So
I gotta go get me some
Broomfield.
gear, some hiking boots,
What's that little area? It's another little area where I drove to
little
out there.
flannel. I'm gonna get me a cowgirl hat.
It's another little area out there. Like, hold on. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Like,
I'm gonna get me some turquoise,
yeah, go look up Zeta Systems.
a few bracelets and a couple of rings.
So here's Broomfield, Interlaken.
I got fits planned, girl. It's in my head. I already see it now. Mhm. Go
Right.
get connected with the land.
So here's like Broomfield and the technology center. Um, so if you go look at this area, 81-acre technology park. If you want to look at it, see what they got. I'm looking for the companies. It's a listing of the companies out there. So one of them is Lumen is out there.
What?
Lumen.
Lumen is in Colorado.
I know. I'm just saying Lumen is out there. I'm laughing though.
It is.
Yeah. All right.
I think they
S- s-
sold in
Yeah.
Broomfield. So they in Denver. No, not Denver. They said
So Microsoft, Oracle, Lumen, Cisco,
Colorado Springs.
SAP. I wouldn't move to Colorado. So everybody else that know about Colorado Springs don't like it. Open Text, VMware, Wix, um, Harris Computer, Advent, Sentinel One. They're right around the corner. Murata, Quantinium, Avaya, Alteryx, Ball Industries, which was purchased by Ball Industries was just purchased by somebody. Analytic. Oh yeah, and Arvada is Broadcom, Home Advisor, West, BT, Conga, Innovative Systems, Sun Micro, ClickBank, Brocade, eSouth, DP, Vestal, DataLink, and the list goes on and on and on and on and on. You can walk to work. You don't have to worry about that. And then Broadcom is out there in Arvada. Let me see. Let's see. Yeah, Broadcom Arvada. Yeah, Arvada. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So Broadcom is out there in Arvada, so you can go work out there. Now that's isolation, but it's real pretty when you ride through there. Ain't nothing over there but land, and it's real pretty. Dry. It's like when you drive to Broadcom out there. It's massive land. When IBM first moved out there, IBM bought 500 acres. So it's 500 acres IBM bought. So in Arvada, I don't know how many acres they got. Broadcom has. Let me see. Let's see. Mm, 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 mm. I wonder how many acres this Broadcom. Okay. Broadcom's Great Parkland by gets pricier. And this was in 2015, so they bought some. So it looks like so far, because they was paying 1.5 million an acre, according to this. All right, so 5 Point selling Broadcom offices for 355 million, about 11 acres to City Hope. So they sold 11 acres. So you imagine Broadcom acres, they had plenty of acres out there. It was huge when I drove through there. And the Amazon facility. D, I went to pick up a package over there in Louisville. And I went to pick up a package over there. You walk in, the guy, the attendant, he's standing there. He's like, "Hey, can I help you?" They come out to the car. They're like, "Oh, yeah, Miss Reed, we'll come out to the car." And I was like, "What? They not coming out to the car in the hood? They come out to the car. You don't have to get out your car. We'll get your package for you. Just hand me your phone, scan it, boom. I'll go in. You can sign right here on the pad. hmm You have a good day." I was like, "You mean I gotta get out the car to get my package?"
This is my life. This is my life.
They come out.
Convenience.
They come out with their little tread, their little thing. Miss Reed, yeah, we got you right here. I was wondering if you was gonna make it today, Miss Reed. Thank you so much. Yeah, I want to move to the Springs.
That
I'm
made
just
me
saying
reminisce about full service gas stations.
that's New Jersey. You don't pump. You can't pump your own gas in New Jersey.
Those were the days when you can get full service. Right now, I just, I settle for somebody just want to pump my gas, Miss Lady, for $2. I don't
Yeah.
even have to pump gas for $2 no more.
Mm-mm. That's how you that look. You can't do that now. That's how you get hemmed up.
Well, the little kids, they used to do it by a house where I grew up.
That's when you grew up. I'm talking about now.
Trust me, I will get out, pull out my gloves. I'm talking like, that's something that you can do, reminiscing. But, if they don't back up off me, I'm
Yeah.
coming out the car with, I'll pump everybody's gas before I let somebody pump mine. Gloved up, wet.
All right. So that's it. Kiera, you got the information. Hit me up. I just posted the Slack. Let me know. The lady, I posted from the job. That's a sysadmin job. The other one is a DevSecOps job. I emailed him back asking what his hourly, because it is Colorado's. I mean, not hourly, so yearly, so he can tell me that. And go to, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Solid steps to wealth. Don't get hemmed up. She's
Oh,
sitting
sure,
over
you
here.
know I'm not about to get him nowhere. Mm-mm.
Yeah, you be like, what happened to D girl? She let somebody pump her gas.
She got her gas pump.
She got her
She
gas pump.
got her gas pump. She's out there letting people pump her gas for $2.
Acting like a damsel in distress, and now she distressed. hmm All right, Carrie. I appreciate y'all 100 episode. 2 gifts out tonight. Join us on Thursday. Check us out Wednesday for the meetup. Check us out Friday
We're a
for
nonprofit.
uh
Donate.
yeah,
Got some other great things.
yeah, Friday. Don't forget Foolish Finance Fridays, Saturdays, Tech Stocks and Jobs, Mondays, Howie Linux, right? All right. All right. So this is Howie Linux. This is where Linux is going. I need to do a hands-on training. It just takes so much to prepare for hands-on training and so forth. But y'all be fun, be safe. It is 12:20. I gotta go. Gotta get up. Mama gotta go make the donuts in the morning. All right, y'all be safe.